Hello people, it's Azan here. Welcome back to Decentralized, a place where we will show you some gems in the crypto world. So today I have brought you an amazing project named as Graph Network. So let's get started. So APIs for a vibrant decentralized future. So let me tell you in detail what this graph coin is all about. So one of the most valuable technologies to emerge from the crypto space is smart contracts. Using smart contracts in the lieu of centralized intermediaries has proven to be both of more profitable and more convenient to those who know how to use them. There's just one small problem. Many smart contracts today are limited by their ability to effectively fetch data from the blockchain they're built on. This means the developer must spend extra time and money to manually gather the data themselves if they want to build a new decentralized application or improve an existing one. If smart contract and decentralized applications are truly going to replace their centralized alternatives, there needs to be more effective way to query the data required to build and maintain them. This much needed data indexing layer is exactly what the graph aims to be in the global graph of all information on smart contract blockchains. To really understand what graph is and why is it so important to the crypto space, we need to take a second to review how decentralized applications work. For sake of simplicity, decentralized application is made up of a series of smart contracts working together in a unison. Smart contracts are immutable programs that automatically execute a series of actions or transactions when a certain set of conditions are met. Most decentralized applications are built on Ethereum, which is why it's the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap. As many of you will already know, there are many different type of decentralized applications. So with DeFi application like Uniswap, MakerDAO, and Aave being the most popular for a decentralized application to work, it needs data that is on Ethereum blockchain. It needs data that is off the Ethereum blockchain, and it also needs somewhere to store it. Any data its user generate, the easiest example of the off-chain, and it needs somewhere to store any data its users generate. The easiest example of off-chain data is price. This real-world data must be fed into the Ethereum blockchain and pushed to a decentralized application that needs pricing data. This is done using a decentralized oracle like Chainlink or Band protocol. Without the real data provided by these oracles, very few decentralized applications would work, which is why Chainlink is also one of the largest cryptocurrency by market cap. So moving in the terms of storage, you have projects like Filecoin and Sia, which offer decentralized data storage. There are also decentralized data storage protocol that are native to Ethereum like storage. For the time being, most data generated by dApps and Ethereum is simply stored on the Ethereum blockchain without the use of an elaborate protocol. This brings us to the last piece of puzzle: data on the Ethereum blockchain. Since Ethereum is open source, you can see all the codes that constitute decentralized application, as well as any data that's been generated by the decentralized application. Suppose you want to build a marketplace aggregator, DApp on Ethereum, where users can see all the parcels of land being sold on Ethereum based virtual worlds like Decentraland or the Sandbox. This would entail fetching data from each individual marketplace and adding it to your marketplace aggregator again. Since everyone on the Ethereum blockchain is open source, this would be quite easy to do, and the simplicity of the data being requested means it probably wouldn't take a very long time for your dApp to find it. However, suppose you wanted to add an additional feature that would allow people to see the selling histories of each of these marketplaces during specific time periods. After all, people who are in business of flipping virtual land might want to know the sort of detail. Finding this sort of specific data could take hours and even days for the dApp to do, making impossible for land traders to get the up-to-date information they need to execute an effective flip. It would also be difficult to write the right code required to make it possible to fetch the specific data as a developer. So the graph comes here. The graph solves this issue by making it easy for developer to quickly fetch both complex and simple data on Ethereum blockchain that their dApps need. The graph is the third and the final component of the puzzle of the data sorting layer between the blockchain and the app. Uh, it makes existing dApps more efficient and makes new dApps easier to build. This in turn will increase the likelihood that dApps will eclipse their centralized competitor, and ushers in the new era of decentralization envisioned by so many, including yours. So how the hell does the graph work? The graph function as a sort of marketplace for specific data that's an Ethereum. Each date set on this marketplace is called a subgraph, and can be seen using the Graph Explorer. And as you can see, there are subgraph for data from dApps like Uniswap, Compound, USDC, and even decentralized. Each subgraph is basically a description to specific smart contract within those dApps, and any values in them that would be relevant to some building a new dApp using the data you think of. This is as being the equivalent of using bookmarks and a highlighter on a textbook. A copy of every subgraph description is stored on the IPFS, the decentralized data storage layer of Filecoin. The Graph Explorer, a dApp developer can easily request the data they need for their dApp using the Graph's own intuitive querying language called GraphQL. When a data request is made by a developer, nodes on the graph network called indexes searches through relevant subgraph to find the information being requested. Indexer choose which subgraph to pull the data from based on something called curation signal that's provided by curator who develop subgraph and assess them for their quality. Naturally, for this process to work, there needs to be some series of economic incentives. As such, anyone searching for data using the Graph Explorer must pay indexes query fees, and which are set by the indexes themselves and payable in ETH or DAI. Indexer also earn inflationary indexing rewards in GRT token to ensure the indexer do not overcharge developer for their services. Delegate a stake GRT to let the graph protocol know which indexes to use to fetch data for developer. Delegator earn a portion of query fees and indexing rewards for this service to ensure indexers actually do their job. They must take GRT tokens if an indexer provides incorrect data or does a poor job of indexing. Part of their stake can be slashed to ensure the curators are leading indexes to the highest quality data. They must stake GRT tokens on a subgraph bonding curve, which is curational signal used by indexes. How this work is a bit too complicated for this video, but the main takeaway is that the bonding curve gives incentive to curators to be the first to stake on a new subgraph they believe has high quality information. This is because curator earn a cut of the query fees paid to the indexer, and curator who stake the earliest on the subgraph being queried will earn more of the query fees allocated to the curator thanks to the bonding curve. Although curator will not get slashed for bad behavior like indexes, they are hit with a withdrawal tax if they move their stake of subgraph. This is to make sure that they commit to the network and to finding the highest quality subgraph. Since choosing a low quality subgraph means no query fees and lots of withdrawal taxes, indexer, delegator, and curator also earns rewards from the rebate pool, which issues GRT to participants who contribute the most to the graph network. Finally, any GRT staked by indexer, developer, indexer, delegators, and curator are subject to a 20-day unlock called the thawing period. So this was pretty much for the GRT token. As you can see, their website here, their network, everything. Let me tell you about something of their tokenomics. So GRT is an ERC20 token with an initial supply of 10 billion. It has an inflation rate of 3% per year, which is used to pay indexing rewards to indexes that saved 1% of the all queries fees go towards burning GRT. The withdrawal tax charged to the curator is also burned, and the same goes for any unclaimed reward from the rebate pool distributed to the network participant. This means that GRT could technically become deflationary if there are enough query requests on the Graph Explorer. Of GRT's initial supply of 10 billion, only 4% were sold during the Graph ICO, which took place in October of 2020. This saw 400 million GRT sold for 3 cents each, ranking in 12 million. It's worth nothing that each individual investor in this ICO had an investment cap of $5,000. So this was something about their tokenomics. Let's see what will they do in future and what are their goals. What the graph plans to do in coming months and years will also play a role, even though the GRT token only made it to market in April starting, and in the crypto space for well over a year. The Graph's data protocol is being used by developers at Uniswap, Synthetics, Decentraland, Aragon, and many others. The Graph even created their first dApp called Everest, a registry for decentralized application built on Ethereum. Over 3,000 subgraphs have been listed on the Graph Explorer so far, and the Graph network is processing about 500 million data queries per day. The code used by the Graph was also recently audited by Open Zipline Trail of Bits and Consensus Delegates. For the time being, the Graph Explorer is hosted. So as you can see that they have posted on April 26 that the first 10 subgraph migrating to decentralized network. Audius, Dodo, Enzyme, Genesis, Live Paper, Mstable, Open, Pool Together, Reflexers, and UMA are the first 10 subgraph for the Graph's hosted service published of the Graph network mainnet. After sharing the Graph's migration path to mainnet on March 24, the Graph Foundation is excited to announce the first 10 projects migrating subgraph from hosted service to decentralized network. So this is nice. These dApps are taking the next step in the becoming fully serverless application and further decentralizing the Web3 stack. So that's some good thing. It will increase the price floor of the Graph network, and Arbitrum integrates the Graph indexed open data now live on Arbitrum. So Arbitrum is now listed on Graph. As you can see, the Graph Foundation expands to L2 rollup Arbitrum and adds indexing and query support. So which is a good thing. The Graph Foundation is excited to announce that Arbitrum has integrated with the Graph and is now live on the hosted service. This integration continues the Graph's expansion efforts to unite the Web3 ecosystem. The Graph's expansion to application on Ethereum to application on layer 2 scaling solution, which is a good thing for Arbitrum. So it will move fast with that. And as you can see on the coin market cap, it is being ranked on 83. The price is $0.6 and it's been down 1%. And last 24-hour trading volume is $114.2 million. So the full market cap is 865.7 million. And you can see the chart here. It have touches sometime touches its all-time high here on 2.7. And then it have a dip period till there, and but it have broke 3 level of supports, and here it's find support and it's static on that period. Let's have a look at the 1 day chart here. As you can see, it's in red and a lot of up down, more like a roller coaster, but it's somehow maintaining its position on 0.6, so which is a good thing. So it's been listed on Coinbase and Binance, which is a great exchanges out there in the community of crypto space. It's been listed on Coinbase in December, so which is a good thing. So this was all about the you can see that the circulating supply is 1.25 billion GRT token are there in the circulating supply, so you can still buy a lot of it and get into this project and use that some good use cases of it. So this was all about Graph. If you want me to cover it on a daily basis, I can do that for you. Just like the video and make sure to subscribe to Decentralized, where we would bring you more gems from the crypto world. Thank you.